So JavaScript design pattern 1, the factory pattern. Let's see. Lately as the project I've been lately as the project I've had the opportunity to work on have grown in scale. I've been taking the time to delve deeper into design patterns for writing more maintainable and scalable JavaScript code. Design patterns are a great way to apply time and battle tested solution to common problems so we can more quickly and efficiently solve them. Most of the design patterns we'll cover are based on object-oriented programming, and as such it only makes sense that we begin by taking a look at a creational pattern, so called because the pattern provides us with a clear interface to create objects while abstracting away the varied complexity or logic involved in creating them. This pattern is called the factory pattern, and it allows us to easily create object in JavaScript. Coming from other OOP class-based language, one might be tempted to think that what we'll be doing in the line of code below is creating classes and instances, but in reality, this is just a syntactic sugar made to look like syntax from a class-based language. What we are actually doing is leveraging JavaScript prototypal inheritance and object linking to other object to create objects with a shared prototype. The prototype itself is a plain JavaScript object and not a class in the true sense of the word. A great explanation of inheritance in JavaScript and its differences from classical inheritance could be found in Eric Elliott's article here. Let's deep dive into some code. All the examples from this series will be available on GitHub. Okay, in order to run the code in this article, we'll need to have installed node installed on your machines. Follow these instructions if you don't already have it. Okay, first thing first, let's create a folder. We call it JavaScript design patterns. In this folder we'll create a factory folder. Okay, so yeah, let's the factory pattern wraps a constructor for different type of objects and returns the factory pattern wraps a constructor for different type of objects and returns instances of object via simple API. It's make it makes it easy to create different objects by exposing a simple API that returns a specified object type. So let's start by creating our constructor. These function will be responsible for returning new object of a specific type when invoked. In the factory folder, let's create a laptop.js. So this laptop.js is function in which we define RAM HTTP name. So okay, and in this file we create a laptop constructor function. In this file we create a laptop constructor function. It accepts an object as a parameter with attributes for instantiating the object with various specs we wish to capture. In this case, RAM size, HDD size, and a device name. After that we export the laptop constructor function from the module. Okay, let's create another file called tablet.js. We will do the same thing but with specs more relevant to a tablet. So tablet function. Okay, now that we have our constructors, let us create the factory function that will expose the API for creating new instances of these items. Add a new file called gadget factory. So I have a gadget factory in which const gadget is equal to laptop or tablet, create gadget, type attribute. So okay, so whenever I pass a laptop or tablet, okay, to this gadget, a new gadget. Okay, so gadget type, and where are the attributes? Okay, these are the attributes. Okay, so here we start by importing the constructor for creating laptop and tablet object. We then create a gadget object using the constructor names as the keys. This makes it possible for us to access the type of constructor we want using gadget type, where in this example type will be either laptop or tablet. Finally, we export an object from this module with a create gadget method. This method accepts a gadget type as the first parameter and calls the specified constructor type while passing it in the attribute to it. You should note that when we call you should note that when we call a function with a new keyword in JavaScript, we get in return an empty object with this binding set to the one in the executing function. This unique call will also create a prototypal relationship between the constructor function and any object we create in this way. We'll see this in detail in another desired pattern we'll cover. Also worthy of note is that the capital first letter is just a convention and not a requirement. It does not do anything special. We could just as well have named the function with camel case as we usually do with other variable function names in JavaScript. At this point, we can now create the file that will make use of or consume our factory pattern API. So create an index.js file and add the following code. Const gadget factory requires this gadget. Okay, so we bring in the gadget factory, and then we create gadget factory dot create gadget laptop. And first thing you might notice that in this file we don't require the constructor of for laptop and tablet directly. All we need to require is the gadget module. With this create gadget method, using this method we then create two instances of laptop and tablet respectively and log them to the console. Now in your terminal, navigate to the folder. You should see the log console. As you can see, we created one laptop object as well as a tablet type, each with their own specification. Using this pattern, you could create as many gadget object as require, each with their own specification. And that's it for the factory pattern. This is rather simplistic implementation, of course, and in anything other than a trivial app, you definitely want to include more stringent logic around your constructors. For instance, in this example we use JavaScript constructor function, but this pattern can also be implemented using prototypes. We'll explore this in a subsequent article when we refactor our code to make it more efficient. Next up in the series, we'll cover publisher subscriber pattern, or PubSub for short. To stay notified, be sure to give me a follow, and if you find this article, do leave a thumbs up. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Okay, cool. Follow this guy. "20 JavaScript tips and tricks you can use right now." Okay, so I guess I get a hold of it a little bit, but compared to this article, what it was trying to suggest, so class creator, we have a creator. Then concrete creator extends this, and then factory method. So this is polymorphism here, and similarly this product operation. So okay, concrete creator and concrete creator 2. Okay, so concrete product 1 implements product which has operation, and they both implement operation, and client code will simply get a creator dot sum operation. Okay, so client code console log app launch client code new concrete creator 1 app launched. I'm not aware of the creator class, but it still works. Then creator dot sum operation, but okay, creator the same creator code has just worked with result of the concrete product 1. So concrete product 1, but here we called sum operation, right? This dot factory method. Okay, sum operation, this dot factory method product. So we have this concrete product 1 and 2 which implements the product. Okay, so I'm thinking in terms of a truck and ship. So they need to be doing delivery, right? Let's not look at this. Let's look at this. They need to do, okay, transport. So they need to be doing a delivery. So they will do deliver, and they will implement delivers operation, both of them. This guy and this guy will implement a deliver operation, and then uh, and then abstract class creator. So we what do we have here? We have a logistic app, right? Logistic app. They should have kept the same uh, same implementation going on in their examples as well. So creator, and then concrete creator 1 extends creator. Okay, mm-hmm. So creator has this factory method, and okay, this is logistic app, or will we call it So this is creator, and then concrete creator A, concrete creator B, concrete creator A, concrete creator B, then return new concrete current, concrete product A.